The Forbidden Grief by Anis Abukar. Chapter 1. He wasn't a much better man for me to look up to, but he was still my father. And although I've witnessed my mother weep before me, hoping that my father would return to the man he once was when they fell in love, she had never thought of walking out the door for the same reason I called him Dad. She stood beside the wooden box, blaming herself for a fault that was not hers. She looked straight into my eyes, uttering the words, "I'll soon be with him." I couldn't be more confused to why she would love a man who treated her so wrongdoing. A man who silenced her for whenever she had the courage to speak out for herself. A man who took her hand in marriage for selfish reasons that I would never understand. Yet the death of my father brought me more joy than it caused her pain. I loved my mother to death, and only for her would I cause rage and destruction due to her stableness. But the death of my father really caused her whole world crashing. Her face would remain pale, though as she hasn't been eating in weeks. Her heart would beat but had no rhythm, though as she was dead but was forced to live. I would calm her and held her in my arms, and many nights while she wept. It caused me so much pain and very much pity. I was forced to take on greater responsibilities. I hardly even came to school. My grades were terrible, and my teachers started to pick up on the patterns. One of them pulled me aside one day and asked if I was all right. I was so embarrassed to explain to him that my mother was ill due to the loss of my father, and that was the reason to my absences that I just brushed it off and said, "Nothing." I distanced myself from everything and anyone, but I sought to notice being watched by a girl who goes by the name of Ellie, who was in my trigonometry class. At first, I didn't really pay close attention to her, but as the week proceeded, I came to realize she was observing me every single day. She would be at every place I would be. A stalker, I might say so myself. At dismissal on Thursday afternoon, just right about when I was stepping my foot out of the school building, Ellie saw me and called out to my name. Mind you, I don't know who this girl is personally. I looked back, gazed at her for a couple of seconds with the "what the fuck" moment. Then I proceeded to walk where I was headed. I then encountered her at the bus stop. She again attempted to speak to me. "I'm sorry if I said anything to offend you," she said. I nodded my head no, and got onto the bus that had approached us. It was to my understanding that she was trying to follow me, because as soon as I took a step on the bus, she also did. So I turned around and gave her a disturbing look. "I am too going on this route," she said to me. "Touche," I replied. I sat on the front of the bus for a while. She walked past me to sit in the back. I turned my head to see if she was gazing at me, but her face was to the window. When I turned my head forward, I could see from the corner of my eyes that she was in fact staring at me. So I placed my headphone onto my head, increased the volume to the music, and faced my head down, a line between my legs, hoping to send a clear message to leave me the hell alone. Just like any other person in my life, she indeed ignored it and walked her behind right next to me. "Hi, I'm Ellie," she introduced herself. "I couldn't care less," I responded, with a sarcastic smile. "Look, I too know what it feels like to lose someone that you love. You don't even know me. How would you know what I'm feeling?" "Your father, Alex. That's why you haven't been yourself lately, correct?" "Shut the fuck up. I don't even know you, and you've been stalking me lately. Don't think I haven't realized." "I'm just looking out for you, Alex." "Well, I don't need you looking out for me. I don't need anyone's pity, so best leave me alone."